episode. Today we're going to go through a few new things I've picked up that I've ordered online and have received. They're already opened and listened to, so we're not going to be doing any kind of unboxing or anything like that. And here we go. From 1986, we get The Lace from Ben Orr, bass player and singer with the Cars. I'm sure you're familiar with him. Unfortunately passed away, I don't remember what year it was, but he had pancreatic cancer, which is horrible to think that he had to suffer through that. But this is his solo debut that came out, and it's actually his only solo record that he put out. The song Stay the Night was kind of popular back when this came out. I think it hit the top 40, but that was about it. You know, I think maybe the album did okay. But it surprised me because listening to this, there's quite a few songs on here that sound like they would have done well on like rock radio or even top 40 radio. So I don't know, really, maybe the label just didn't really get behind it that much. But it's a good record. I picked this up from Wounded Bird Records. They are a kind of like a CD reissue, or they put out a lot of albums that didn't come out on CD back in the day. They had a great catalog. Now I think it's kind of dwindling down a little bit, but they still have a handful of stuff on there. And I bought stuff from them in the past, and sometimes when I look at some of the records that they put out back in the day when I first discovered them, and I didn't take advantage of buying them, and now you go on like eBay or Discogs and you know they're going for crazy amounts of money. So I was always like, oh, I wish I had picked these up back in the day. So this one was one of those CDs that I thought was really expensive because it was out of print and it was harder to find, but somehow Wounded Bird, it's maybe back in stock. And like I said, it's really good. It surprises me that this album wasn't more successful, especially with singles. Ellie Easton and I believe, well, Ellie Easton from the Cars is on here, and I think David Robinson, the drummer, plays on a couple of tracks as well. But some of the other tunes on here that I really dug besides Stay the Night, Too Hot to Stop's pretty good. I remember that being released as a single as well, but I don't think it really did a whole lot. When You're Gone, I liked. In Circles. And this song Skyline I really liked too. That one especially sounded like it should have been a single or could have been a hit for him. But, you know, sad that he's gone. Sad that he wasn't able to participate in that last Cars record. But I'm glad I picked this up. It surprised me. I really wasn't sure what to expect with this one, and I really enjoyed it. From 2004, we get to Hoodoo Gurus and Mak Shao, I believe is how it's pronounced. I'm not quite sure. I think it's how it's pronounced, but whatever. I'm a fan of them. I became a fan, I guess, in '89 when I heard the album Magnum Cum Laude, which I not too long ago picked up on vinyl. I had the CD back in the day, and then I went and picked up some of their earlier stuff. And after Magnum Cum Laude, that came out in, I think, '89, the records after that, you know, just kind of, you know, for me, I wasn't crazy about them. And so I saw this on eBay, and it was fairly cheap. So I decided, let me take a listen to some later years Hoodoo Gurus, and it's okay. It's got a little bit of a heavier sound. I think their earlier stuff was very much seeped in that like college alternative rock scene, really catchy songs. And I know they kind of went through like a little more like psychedelic kind of period. And then I think the album Crank I remember getting, and it started having these heavier guitar sounds. And this one certainly has quite a bit of that. I have tickets. I've mentioned this 100 times because the concert keeps getting postponed because of COVID. But I have tickets to see them now. It's in 2022, so I'm really looking forward to checking them out live. You know, I've never had the chance, but I'm looking forward to that. But you know, this record just kind of minorly okay to me. You know, a couple of the tracks that stood out were Domino, Girls on Top, and The Mighty Have Fallen was all right. I'll give it a couple more listens. Admittedly, I've only listened to this once, so you know, it might take another 2 times till maybe some of the songs really kind of catch my ear and sink in, but we'll see. 2011, we get Metronomy and their album The English Riviera. And I had 2 tracks from this already, She Wants and The Bay, which I liked. Metronomy I first heard on the show that I've mentioned many times, New York Noise, a music video show that was in like the mid-2000s in the New York area. Really great show, introduced me tons of bands, including Metronomy. I saw their video on there for the song Radio Ladio. It was kind of a weird electronica tune, and the video, they're like painted like these solid colors and just like no expression. But I liked it a lot, and I don't know, just never thought to really dig any deeper than that. I had these other tracks from this record and I liked them, but never occurred to me to pick up an album. And then, you know, when I was scanning through on eBay one day, I saw this one seller who had like 1 or 2 things I wanted, and I was just looking to see what else they had, because they had some sort of deal like buy one, get one 50% or something like that. So I was looking for other things to kind of pick up, and I saw this and I was like, you know, let me grab that. You know, I got it pretty cheap, and I really like it. It's really good. It's kind of a chill record. Like I said, they're electronica kind of music, I guess is what you'd categorize them as. But it's really chill. I really kind of dig it, you know, and I'm now thinking I want to pick up that record that has Radio Ladio on it, but I haven't been able to find it really cheap, you know. I'm still kind of looking out there for it, but I'll pick it up one of these days. But I'm curious to see what that one sounds like now that I really enjoy this one. But the other tunes on here that I really dig besides She Wants and The Bay are Everything Goes My Way, The Look, Some Written, and Corrine was really good too. But like I said, this one actually I've gotten to listen to a couple of times, and yeah, like I said, I really, really like this record. It surprised me, you know. 2015, we get No Life for Me, a collaboration between Waves, spelled with 2 V's, and Cloud Nothings, 2 bands I really like. I got a couple of records by Waves, and surprisingly I only have 1 CD by Cloud Nothings. I've seen them live, but I only have 1 CD by them. I have a handful of like digital tracks here and there, but when I was looking at my list of, you know, my collection, I was surprised. I thought I had more of that stuff by the Cloud Nothings, but what are you going to do? So again, this was that same eBay seller that was 1 CD, get 1 50% off, and I saw this. I'd never heard of this actually, and like I said, I like both bands, so I picked it up. It's a pretty cool collaboration. As far as I can tell, the 2 main songwriters from those bands kind of teamed up and wrote most of these songs, and I think there's like each have like 1 track on here that they wrote by themselves, but you know, they collaborated completely on this, and it's really good. I mean, it's kind of alternative rock, I guess that's the best way to kind of describe it. Some of the tracks on here that I liked were How It's Gonna Go, Come Down, Nothing Hurts, and the title track, No Life for Me. So really interesting, and I really couldn't find too much information about why they collaborated or, you know, any kind of history behind this record. You know, I went and looked a little bit around and didn't really find anything, you know, any kind of like tidbits or whatever, but really cool little collaboration here by 2 bands I really like. From 1966, we get the Endless Summer soundtrack by the band The Sandals. This is for the documentary, the famous surfing documentary by Bruce Brown, and I first became aware of this soundtrack, I guess, in 1994 when The Endless Summer 2 came out in theaters. And I remember seeing that, and I'm not a surfer. My brother's a surfer. I have, but I'm no good at it. But I really like the music. You know, it's really, you know, it's that surf music, just really mellow and chill out. You know, and I remember picking up the CD for called "The Spirit of Surf," which was kind of a little compilation of some tracks from The Endless Summer 2 and some other music that the Sandals did. I picked it up back in '95, I think, and I really liked it. And then just maybe last year, I think, I wanted to get the CD of this, you know, and I was looking online. It just dawned on me like, oh, that'd be cool to have in the collection. And I remember looking on eBay or whatever, and it was kind of expensive. And then it just dawned on me to check the Sandals website. I think it's Tri-Surf Records, and they had it in stock, and I bought it directly from the band, and I picked it up, and it's really good. And then I think last week, looking at Amoeba in Hollywood puts a picture up on Instagram or something promoting some other soundtrack, and on the rack in the background is this album, and I was like, oh damn, you know, because I think I'd looked for the vinyl copy of this before, and it was, you know, pretty expensive. It was kind of rare. There weren't a lot of people selling them either. And I saw this, and it in the background, it looked like brand new. I was like, what the heck's that? So I went on the Amoeba website, and lo and behold, it turns out that this company just reissued this album, put it out. So I picked it up from Amoeba. I just got it the other day and listened to it, and it's great. It's on, I guess they call it violet vinyl. It's in one of these sleeves that I see a lot of you guys always using, these kind of sleeves for the inner ones. I just use those paper ones. I don't know, are these better? Are these a better thing to keep your records in? I'm guessing they probably are, then instead of just that paper sleeve which I use. But really good record. Do this, put that up there. Bunch of liner notes, which I haven't even read yet, on the back. Really cool band. I mean, I don't know that they really had any kind of big success or anything. I mean, they're most known for this, but really good. If you just want some like chill, like mellow music, like you can't go wrong putting this on and just listening to it. Obviously, the most popular thing on here, and maybe the best track on here, is the theme from The Endless Summer. But a lot of this other stuff is really good as well, like Scrambler and Six Pack, and Out Front, Wild as the Sea, Lonely Road. Just a lot of really cool stuff, you know. I really love this this soundtrack. I'm really glad to have it on vinyl. Finally, the Ultimate Surfing Movie, first ever U.S. reissue. Yeah, so it's really cool. I'm glad I grabbed this one. Real Gone Music put it out. Thank you, Real Gone Music. So that's it for the new stuff right now. I hope you all doing well. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. By all means, I say this all the time, I really would love to hear some comments from you guys on these records, these CDs. Let me know if you're familiar with any of them. Point out some tracks that you really like. It'd be cool to hear that. And we'll see you next time. Thanks again.